USFL football to Pittsburgh is Eugene Littman. The league has already checked into his credentials and found him to be qualified to own a team. Now, obviously, if Littman is willing to put up big money to get in, he thinks it'll work.
I feel, and they also feel, that there's enough people interested in football that it could become a 10-month sport rather than 5 or 6 months like it is now.
You feel that that makes a difference between this league and the World Football League?
Yes, I believe there's so many more attractive things about this than the old World Football League. First of all, these cable things are a tremendous thing. They're all looking for football to go on their cable. And one of the pluses is that this new football contract that was just signed has a stipulation that they are not permitted to go on cable TV for 5 years. And this gives us an excellent chance to get started. And there are also large TV companies such as ABC, not necessarily ABC, but they are also interested in the package.
What about a place to play? Dan Rooney, I think, has been quoted as saying that he thinks that he should have exclusivity to the Three Rivers Stadium. What about finding a place to play your games?
Our attorneys are looking into that now, and they tell us that he feels that there is no way that they can stop us from not using the Three Rivers Stadium.
Now, one stipulation for membership is that the owners pick their head coach from a list supplied by the league. Now, some people on the list are George Allen, Red Miller, Dan Devine, even Johnny Majors and Jackie Sherrill. Joe Littman will be general manager here, and he's already contacted Hank Stram about being his coach. You know, with 2 leagues, the possibility of a bidding war for players exists, too.
There's always going to be a bidding war when you talk about 1 or 2 people. You can't, there's nobody has enough money in the world to bid for 40 players on a roster. Naturally, you know, a Marino and a Herschel Walker are a franchise.
An interesting angle here, Bill, is that they will hold their draft, say, in November, which means that a kid, say, Dan Marino comes out of Pitt, and if the Pittsburgh team wants him to play for him, they can draft him, offer him $500,000 to play from, say, February till July 4th, which is the longest the season can go, and he could still be available for an NFL season. So that could be an interesting angle.
Have you heard anything about a nickname?
No, I'm sure it'll start with a P, though.
Potholes.
Pekingese, yeah. He'll be on Myron's show tonight, by the way, Eugene Littman at 7 o'clock on WTE.
Thank you. Coming up in our next sports segment, we'll watch Larry...
Prospective owner, Eugene Littman. He has a prospective general manager, Joe Littman, and Joe has a coach in mind.
We've already talked to Hank Stram about coming in and being the head coach. We've got a very favorable response. We couldn't make a definite commitment because we have not gotten a definite commitment yet.
As far as getting players, will there be a territorial thing as far as the draft goes, similar to what the Indoor Soccer League does, where you have rights to, say, kids who play for Pitt or Penn State?
Well, it is. It's a cluster draft. And this, we feel, is the strongest selling point for a player. For example, just using names, a Danny Marino or a Ronnie Sams at Pitt, we can get these fellas to come and play for us, and they keep their viability as that they've developed over 8 years of high school and college football player, and it's a much, if you want to put it in dollars and cents, makes them much more commercial in their home market.
Meanwhile, that other pro football team here in town, the Steelers, they signed 2 free agents. One of them is Tom Dornbrook. He played offensive tackle here in '78 and
Done some research. The fact that it is not going head-to-head with National Football League. It is going in a different time of the year, a time that is very slow as far as sports is concerned. There's really nothing much to compete with, and I believe that the country is ready for a 10-month football period, especially if you give them a good high-class football team.
And while we're talking football, the Pitt Panthers officially announced today what we already knew.